Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At a table in Horton Town Square, Johnny discovered that the acting mayor had fired Rafe. Rafe pointed him that he had disobeyed the regulations, but Johnny urged him to fight for his job. Rafe's discovery of Jada as a new love interest made Johnny delighted. Rafe was informed by Johnny about his split with Wendy. With Johnny, Rafe suggested playing a game of sad guy poker, in which the two guys battled to see who had the worst streak of luck. Rafe concurred that Johnny won since he was dumped. Rafe predicted that Johnny would rediscover love. Rafe invited Johnny to the Brady pub for a beer. Johnny concurred and mentioned how much he missed spending time with Rafe. Talia was late to join Jada for supper at the Brady pub after her community service shift was over. Jada was disinterested, Talia remarked. Rafe lost his job, according to Jada, because of his assistance to her. Jada pointed out that she and Rafe had still breached the rules despite Talia's defense of them. Talia made fun of Jada's relationship with Rafe and inquired about it. Jada explained loudly that making out with Rafe was the bong. Jada was unaware that Rafe and Johnny had entered the bar. Rafe received a pat on the back from Johnny, who exclaimed, "Way to go, buddy." Jada gave Rafe an uneasy smile. Rafe and Jada were having a conversation in a corner when Jada stated she was mortified by what she had said. Rafe made fun of Jada and declared he didn't regret their connection. Rafe admitted that he didn't know where Lani had vanished to and requested Jada to join him in the search for Lani. Jada concurred. Talia was shocked when Johnny revealed that Channel was his ex-wife at a nearby table. Talia believed Johnny despised her because of what she had done to Channel. Johnny claimed that even though he didn't agree with Talia's actions, he didn't detest her. Talia promised to make things up to Channel in any way necessary. If Talia hurt Channel again, Johnny said she would have to answer to him. When Trask urged Lai to confide in her at small bar, the two seemed to be becoming closer. Lai was prompted by Trask to acknowledge that he was accountable for the attempted murder of Stefan. Trask discovered that Lai had been filming their talk ever since she had returned from the restroom after grabbing his handbag. Trask insisted Lai had made mistakes. Lai became enraged and stormed out. Trask finished the Chardonnay bottle after that. When Trask thought back to telling Lee about the winery she had visited years before, she seemed to become depressed. She had, in Trask's words, really screwed things up. Tripp informed Wendy at the Shin apartment that in order to spend the evening with Wendy, he had persuaded someone to cover for him at the hospital. Due to Tripp's thoughtfulness, Wendy requested that the two of them spend the evening at home. Wendy mentioned that since Lai was out on a date, she and Tripp had the apartment to themselves. On the couch, Wendy and Tripp watched Body and Soul while cuddling. Lai was brought up by Wendy, who then acknowledged her concern for her brother. Tripp remarked that since Lai would always be her brother, Wendy's anxiety was understandable. Lee could take care of himself, according to Wendy, who suggested that she take care of Tripp. Tripp and Wendy started kissing. Wendy was asked whether she would like to continue to the bedroom, but Lai interrupted them. Lai said she was sorry about the interruption. Inquiring about Lee's date, Tripp. The date, according to Lai, was a complete disaster. Lee turned toward bed when Wendy asked if she wanted to talk. Wendy advised Tripp and herself not to let Lai ruin their evening. Tripp stated that he wanted their first encounter to be just the two of them. Wendy and Tripp shared a kiss before cuddling on the couch. Nicole informed EJ and herself at the Dimura mansion that they would learn the gender of their unborn child the next day. Nicole and EJ debated over whether they ought to find out the baby's sex. Nicole's declaration that she didn't want to know caught EJ off guard. "What if I fall in love with this baby and lose it?" Nicole questioned. EJ encircled Nicole with his arm in an effort to reassure her. Nicole snorted that EJ wanted a boy so that another Demura male might be born, which caused EJ to make her giggle. EJ expressed how much he liked Sydney and added that he believed women to be superior to men in most situations. They're more considerate, wiser, and kinder. So if our baby ended up being a girl, I would be over the moon, EJ added. The baby's health was deemed to be the most crucial factor by Nicole, and EJ, being Nicole's father, according to EJ, is the most significant thing in the world to him. We'll both be parents at the same time. EJ wrapped his arms around Nicole, who appeared to be torn with grief, and cried, "This is happening." Eric overheard Sloan tell Colin over the phone from their shared flat that he was completely in the dark. Eric inquired as to what he was unaware of. After some time, Sloan admitted to Eric that her monthly cycle was late. He left the room after Eric suggested buying a pregnancy test from a pharmacy. Soon after, Eric came back with the pregnancy test. Sloan consented to taking the exam. Sloan didn't mention that the test showed she was pregnant until after Eric and Sloan had been waiting for several minutes. "Eric, oh my God! The baby is coming," Sloan announced joyfully. Eric said, "We're having a baby." Sloan encircled Eric with her arms.